We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Brian, or better known as Brain the Vampire. I don't remember that. I must have been it. Brian was searching around and discovered an older model of the Martin Logan Theos speakers. The price difference between them and the ESL X speakers is negligible, but the specs are slightly different. The ESL X panels are 40 inches by 8.6 inches with dual 8-inch woofers. The Theos panels are 44 by 9.2 with a single 8-inch woofer. We mentioned that a larger panel would be more resolving. So would it be better to go with the Theos larger panel despite its single woofer, or is the panel size difference too small to actually make a difference? So I looked at these a little bit. They are the Electromotion ones are a much newer model. I did not. Actually, I should have looked at the specs. The Theos are, well, I guess when they were released were about $1,000 more.
Right, but now they're a discontinued model, so he's finding them for very close to the same price. The specs on them are exceedingly similar.
I'm looking at them right now.
Strictly by the specs, the newer ESL X claims to play like 1 or 2 hertz lower, and it's also like 1 decibel more efficient, I think, or something like that. All of these things are pretty darn negligible. So I mean, it's mostly coming down to the size of the panel, but then he's in the situation where he's in a great room, and we were initially saying that the choice is difficult between the ESL and the ESL X, and that because of his room size, if the money isn't a huge problem, we lean toward the ESL X because we're thinking more of the mid-bass into his subwoofer transition. It would be nice in his room size to have a little bit more output capability in that mid-bass.
But
and
isn't
like,
the
you do get the benefit of the bigger panel
size, isn't that what gets rid of that second 8-inch woofer? I mean, this 8-inch woofer is that... I mean, first of all, I don't know. I didn't really look to see how these things are designed, but is the first 8-inch woofer more acting as, doing the higher part, and the second one doing a little bit more lower?
The
both
ESL X
has
like a front firing and a rear firing 8-inch together, and they're both active and they're both firing, and it does claim to be that little bit more efficient and play that little bit lower because of that. I mean, honestly, my real answer, Brian, is almost nothing to do with the panel size or the woofers. My real answer is the rest of your speakers are going to be from the ESL series. And just to make sure that they're all from the same series and all have the same voicing, I would lean towards getting the ESL X because, in my opinion, the ever so slightly larger electromagnetic panel in the Theos, I don't think that's going to be enough of a difference. And if it has even slightly different voicing from the other ESL speakers that you're getting, then what's the point of that? I'd rather have the timbre match, right? And then I also think the dual 8-inch woofers are kind of a benefit in his room size. So in my opinion, Brian, is I would lean towards the ESL X in your case over the Theos in this, just for the sake of being in the same series and having a little bit more mid-bass output. You're free to disagree, though, Tom.
I know I am. I'm looking. I'm wanting to disagree with you, to be honest with you.
You'd rather have the larger electrostatic panel? You think that's a bigger deal?
I think I would. But I think you're probably right. I think the voicing is going to make more of a difference. In theory, they should sound very similar.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Martin Logan goes for wildly different sounds between their different series, but...
So, I mean, there's a part of me that says that they're going to sound the same anyway, so just get the bigger panel. But I think the Theos look better, too, to be honest with you. They're slightly nicer looking speaker on top of that.
They're not drastically different looking.
Well, at least the picture I'm looking at, the Theos is like wood, nice, beautiful.
Oh, no, but you can get different finishes.
Well, I don't know what finishes he's looking at.
Yeah, sure.
Anyways. Probably go with what Rob said.
I mean, I want the center to match. I don't want any sort of timbre mismatch when things are panning across the front from left to right to center, or left to center to right.
I
or
don't know
vice
how much
versa.
they're going to match anyways. I mean, come on, this is
I know.
these. I mean, let's be honest. The
Electrostatics very
electrostatics
directional.
are very directional. The pan is going to be not in its wheelhouse of things it does well. I've listened to an electrostatic all surround sound system before, and they tried very hard to convince us, and they had them all over the place trying to get good coverage. And it's fine as long as you're sitting in the right spot. But if you're not, then.
But on top of all this, Brian and his wife heard the ESLs at a Magnolia and really liked them, which led to this whole Martin Logan
what
path.
you should go with. That's really the defining thing.
You already know you like them, and I mean, he's saying, hey, for the same money, can I get something even better? That's a fair enough question.
I don't know that these are going to be considerably better. I don't.
Yeah.
There's nothing in here that makes me think that they're going to be considerably better. Might they be marginally better? I don't know. Might they be marginally worse considering how the other speakers should be pairing them with? I don't know that either. So I do know that the ESLs will sound good with the other ESLs. So
yes,
I think that's what you should do. I really didn't want to say that, though. I'll be honest with you. I really wanted to tell you to get the other ones. That was really my gut reaction when I saw this. But, Rob makes a good point. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.